Sharelun natakai orun velun shakar. Inkai varoritri elun kaishara. Tesura valorin temariso. Nashai lunkai maru sheliat. Kayo shalom shari Soraya Malik. Good day, collective. It's your girl Soraya coming to you with today's word. I think one of the most freeing things that has ever happened to me is when I realize that other people not liking me is not my business, which is the word today. And I'm not saying that I'm not a compassionate person or that when there are things pointed out about me that aren't right, that I won't listen and really listen and take it into consideration and take what resonates and then kind of leave what doesn't. I absolutely am open. I hold myself accountable on a daily basis for the things that happen. But, ultimately, just living as a sovereign being that loves herself, I can't get caught up in the fact that people don't like me. Because there's so many different reasons why a person wouldn't like me, or you for that matter. And so that's why this word really applies as general guidance for everyone. You have to focus on what makes you into alignment, what helps you flow, what brings you peace. Who do you want to have in your life? How do you want to live? Excuse me. That's what you need to be focused on. Because if you're going to focus your whole life based on people liking you or wanting to gravitate towards you, you're going to be chasing behind people for the rest of your life. And what I really, really, really need you to know is that you need to stop, if this is applicable to you, focusing on performing for other people, when your real value is about the presence that you bring into this world. Not your performance, but your presence. Who are you being? What decisions are you making? How are you showing up every day? That's what's going to bring value to yourself. What matters to you? Stand on that. And if you're doing things or if things have happened that you're not proud of, don't bury yourself in guilt or shame of yesterday. Focus on the present. Focus on what you can do right now to make a difference. But do not allow other people coming at you, other people not liking you. Do not allow that to dominate your life, chasing after other people who have their own priorities and their own worlds and their own values. They can never see things like you do. Your priority should be to be the best person that you can be in your life for your family. I also want you to know that often rejection, as bad as it feels, or misalignment, right? That's your soul letting you know, hey, this ain't the path for you to go. And you got some decisions to make. I'm speaking real time, y'all. I got my own situations that I'm dealing with right now, where rejection or misalignment, I got a decision to make. Am I going to keep dealing with this, or am I going to let it go? But the energy ain't lying, okay? Also, a lot of times when people don't like you, it doesn't have anything to do with you. It has everything to do with whatever you're doing, whatever light you're shining, it's shining on them. Not because you're trying to, just because it's just by, if you're standing in truth or you're confident or you're successful. You're showing them something about themselves that they don't like. And so rather than being honest with themselves and dealing with it themselves, and saying, I want to focus on this for myself, they just end up not liking you because every time they see you or around you or your name is mentioned, it triggers so many emotions negative because of whatever they're dealing with. So they, it's based on their own they're projecting onto you how their problems actually. Also, it could be that if they see that you are really grounded in yourself, really secure in yourself, that it could be that because they see they're disconnected from themselves and they're not confident and they're not happy, that's another reason why they're not gonna like you. Or it could be in the case with me, I stand in truth, y'all, and there is no more obvious way for people to really not like you is for you to stand in truth and to push back and to burn through, y'all, the illusions and the distortions. Not maliciously, but just by your presence, just by standing in truth. That causes a lot of people to not like you in a world where there's a lot of confusion, a lot of lies, a lot of distortion, a lot of darkness. But the light is breaking through, and the light will continue to break through. The more of us who realize that it isn't about who likes us. It's not a popularity contest. It doesn't matter, because some of the most liked people that I can see that are celebrities are some of the unhappiest people that I see. You heard? They got so many people liking them and they're so popular. But then at the same time, they're tore down on social media. You know what I mean? And I see different artists going through that. But they're so liked, but then no one really likes them. If you like ever hear one of those interviews, like where they talking about how they have everything, but they have nothing. Because they're not surrounded by people who genuinely just care. People who, rather than looking at what they can get from them and how they can benefit, people who just like their presence. Presence over performance, y'all. All day, every day. So if this applies to you, and you're shrinking yourself to fit in, to conform to whatever's going on around you, or a situation, a job, a person, a place, stop. Be yourself. And if it's rejected, if you get booted, if it's in misalignment, accept it, because you weren't supposed to be there anyway. Again, take this, listen to what I'm saying, but you make a decision for yourself. Pray about it. Ask yourself what feels right. But don't let other people shrink you so that to make them feel comfortable, because you're not comfortable. Also, if you're afraid of being different, posting or stating how you feel online because you're afraid how people perceive you, go ahead and do that post. Go ahead and say what you have to say, because if people don't like who you really are, again, those are the people that shouldn't be around you. And the people that support you, who going to stand up and say, I like that, and who really support you, then you know who's actually in your corner. It's all going to be for your benefit, even if it don't feel good, even if it hurts your feelings. The number one step is loving yourself. The number one step is, no matter what anybody is saying around you, about you, around you, including your family, including your children, that you feel grounded in your truth, in your journey, even if no one else understands. They don't have to understand. You just need to understand. And you just need to be committed to whatever you decide. And you need to feel grounded with yourself and God in that, and ask for support and discernment and understanding from the higher powers, including your higher self. Because this journey through the darkness, through the tunnel, through the forest, to the clearing, to the end of the tunnel, it often requires us to walk alone. Through the dark, through the light that's, trickling in, when things get exposed, things that were always there that either we couldn't confront or we couldn't face, things that are very hard to deal with, things that will make us want to turn back into the dark. It is often a journey by yourself, and one that is not easy. One that you will be questioned from everyone, and everywhere will question you and challenge your commitment to yourself, to your alignment, to your flow with Source, with God. So, that is the word today. Coming back off my reset, I feel much better, y'all. To all my followers, I just want to send you so much love, healing, protection, discernment, stability. I'm sending you positive vibes. Anybody new, if you happen to stay, to this late part of the video, please subscribe, follow, check me out. If you don't like me, just unsubscribe. But please do share so that we can get out the word to other people who are waking up to how spiritual this is and how magnificent it is to come into the realization of ourselves, of how powerful we are and how wonderful we are.